Hey guys, today I just wanted to take a look at this chart I've made right here, comparing the projections for the 2020 swing states by the five major political forecasts, these being The Economist, 538, JHK, Our Progress, and RCP. I've averaged out their predictions, compared them to the 2016 actual results, and then made my own predictions based on this data on the right, as you can see here. Basically down here we have a key, basically what each of these colors mean. These are all of the Biden-leaning states and all of the Trump-leaning states by their margins that are projected for either candidate. And so today I just want to take a look at this data we have here, starting off with the states of Virginia, Minnesota, and Michigan. I think what's interesting here is that all three of these states, they are categorized as swing states. However, right now, all five of these political forecasts, they all show Joe Biden winning with a likely margin in all three of these states. 10.6%, 9.9%, 7.9% in favor of Joe Biden. These are states that Hillary Clinton won by 5.3%, 1.5%, and she even lost in Michigan by 0.2% in 2016. So this is looking very good for the Biden campaign, as they are, leading by pretty large margins in states that Hillary Clinton barely won and even lost. And looking here at the state of Nevada, Joe Biden leads in three of these forecasts by likely margins. The other two he leads with a lean margin. The average still puts him at a 7-point lead, so a likely margin for Joe Biden in the state of Nevada, a state that Hillary Clinton won by 2.4%, so Joe Biden outperforms her here as well. Basically, Joe Biden outperforms Hillary Clinton in every single swing state. If you look at New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, 6.7, 6.76% for Joe Biden. States that Hillary Clinton won by 0.4%, lost by 0.7 and 0.8%. Biden leads by 6 to 7%. If you look here at the state of Florida, Florida I think is the most interesting, 4.6% in favor of Joe Biden. Florida, a state that is typically almost very, very close on election night, almost 5% in favor of the former vice president. This is to say that Trump won by 1.6%, so a 5.8% swing in favor of the Democratic Party for Joe Biden in the crucial state of Florida. If he were to win Florida, he would basically have to win one more state out of this list. If he were to win all the states that Hillary Clinton won in 2016, of course, if he wins Florida, he needs to win one more state, and he will win the election. So basically, right here, I did underestimate Joe Biden's 4.6% lead. I gave him a 3.5% margin of victory in the state of Florida. This is just because Florida typically is very close, no matter what. So basically, I think that it would narrow up a little bit on election night. Next, looking at the state of Arizona, leads 2.3% for Joe Biden. Let's say that Trump won by 3.6%. I think it might flip in this election for the first time in over 20 years. I think Arizona will become blue once again. Next, in the state of North Carolina, this state has been voting pretty traditionally Republican in the past few elections. A state that Donald Trump won by almost 4% in 2016. He's now down 2.2%. And then, as you can see in my prediction here, I do think that he will win the state of North Carolina by only 1.9%, just because I think that, like Florida, it will narrow up a little bit on election night. And next, looking at the state of Ohio, Joe Biden does lead in the state of Ohio, 0.2%. I do think that it will be a little better for Joe Biden on election night. I think that Ohio will not be as close as, a 0.2% margin. However, 0.3% is still pretty close for, any state. And then looking at 2016, this is a state that Trump won by 8.1%. He is now losing in a state that he won by over 8%. This is an 8.3% swing for Joe Biden. So, Joe Biden basically is outperforming Hillary Clinton by, large 5.6-point margins in every single swing state. So this is just, how unpopular of a candidate Hillary Clinton was and how much more of a popular candidate Joe Biden is. Now, Joe Biden by no means is popular. His approval rating is basically 50-50. That does not make him popular. But compared to, other national leaders, that is pretty good for, a politician in this polarizing time. Next, in the state of Georgia, I think, Georgia, a state that went to Trump by 5%, it does lean towards Donald Trump by 0.4%. However, I think Biden will be able to carry it. Basically, Trump only has the lead in the average because of the RCP for average here. RCP does use many old polls, which should have Trump with a larger lead in Georgia, which is why he is shown with a 3% lead in the state. So I do not think that Trump will actually win the state of Georgia. I think Biden will flip it. As Georgia and Florida, they're being pretty heavily impacted by the coronavirus, which is which was handled very badly by Donald Trump. So I think that will definitely sway voters away from Donald Trump in 2020, which is why I think that Joe Biden will carry the state of Georgia. Last, looking at Iowa and Texas, these are the only states in which every single forecast does show that Donald Trump is leading. And of course, the average is being 1.1%, 1.5% in favor of Donald Trump. These are very small margins for Donald Trump, considering that he won both of these states by over 9% in 2016. This is looking very bad for Donald Trump at the moment. I do think that he will win these states even though he has such a small lead, I think by less than 1% is pretty likely for Donald Trump in these two states. So if we were to look at the presidential map here, this is basically the map. I'm just going to fill in the 4 states that I've put in the swing state column on my chart. However, did go to Hillary Clinton, these being New Hampshire, Minnesota, Nevada, and Virginia. These states are all polling very well for Joe Biden. Of course, Virginia, Minnesota, Nevada, and New Hampshire. These are all going to go to Joe Biden, basically without a doubt. All states that Hillary Clinton won, I think Joe Biden can definitely win. And if we're to look here, he leads in the state of Michigan by over 7%. Wisconsin 6%, Pennsylvania 6%. That puts him at 278. He already wins the election with just these 3 swing states. Arizona, he's projected to win there. Ohio, he's projected to win. North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, projected to win in all of these states. He will basically win all of the Southwest here, as you can see, uniting the Southwest, becoming blue. And then Donald Trump will carry states of Iowa and Texas. And this puts Joe Biden at 367 electoral votes. That is better than Barack Obama's victory in 2008, which is, referred to as, a modern day landslide victory, for any party because of how partisan politics has become in recent years. So this is all looking very good for Joe Biden, as I've stated many times before. And looking at this chart and all of this new data we have here, I will still say that this is an election for Joe Biden to lose. This is Joe Biden's election to lose, and I think he has a much better chance of winning than Donald Trump has at this point in time. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like as well as subscribing to my channel. That would be really appreciated, and I will see you in the next video.